It only takes one visit to La Palma to appreciate why it is known as La Isla Bonita, the beautiful isle. It's as dramatic as it is beautiful, and as such, it's the perfect location for one of the world's toughest trail races. Welcome to the 16th edition of the Transvulcania. Every year, this running festival grows. More runners, more retailers, more stalls, more media, brighter t-shirts. But there are always a number of familiar faces. Luis Alberto Hernando is a multiple winner and the record holder. Says, well, here we are again, reliving the same feelings I've had for the last 13 years. And honestly, it never disappoints. The moment we step off the plane, you can already feel the atmosphere, and it feels great to be back. He says this year he's coming with a different mindset, different goals, but with plenty of motivation, especially to get back out on the trails. He'll be taking it slower this time around, hoping to enjoy it. Well, his slow is not that slow. He set the record in 2015, 6:52. Peter Frano came close last year with a 6:55. Conditions are exceptionally good this time around. Most runners have arrived early. Time for retail therapy and 1,000 photos. Trail running's #2 power couple behind Journe and Forsberg are here again. Katerina and Dimitri.
Yes, this race will be my first race in this season, and I'm very happy to start with this race. Yeah, wonderful weather, a lot of guys, and it's wonderful emotions, and I hope we all together enjoy this race.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be back here. It's a very wonderful island. Before I ran 4-time Transvulcania. This year will be 5th. But this is an amazing race. I'm very excited.
Katerina was second last year to France's Annalisa Segre. The organisation this year, well, the team have been hard at work for months. The course, the necessary permissions, the finances are all in place. And certainly the quality of the runners is a sign they've done a really good job. Jürgen Hernandez has played a major role.
Seguimos demostrando que a nivel internacional somos de las mejores pruebas del mundo.
Says we continue to prove internationally we're one of the best trail races in the world. More than 100 elite athletes this time around, and fully committed to supporting the local runners as well of La Palma. He says this is an event that connects the whole island. Well, Sergio Rodriguez is another of the team members. He's president of the Island Council, and he's well aware of the crucial ingredient for a classic event. He says what makes this race different from other trail races is the people of La Palma. The event has earned an international reputation and generates a significant economic impact on the island. It's the 16th edition. Registration sold out in record time, and we now have a waiting list of over 1,600 people. And the race's viability and appeal seems to grow. Well, after the all-important weather briefing, we're off to Tazacorte for the VK, the vertical kilometer. It's a test of VO2 as every inch of it is uphill. A kiss for luck and a number for identification, and they're ready to go. The course is 7.2 kilometers long with a gain of 1,200 meters. Zigzagging their way up what is the final descent and the crux of the marathons. As with F1 at Monaco, overtaking's nearly impossible, so this race is run as a time trial. The best and most of the Kenyans start at the back. Alexander Foxer is one of many competitors who's here.
So we are running in the part of the WMA race circuit, which we will do today the uphill race and in 2 days the half marathon. They are very hard races where they are both very intense. They might not be very long races, but it will be hard on the body and will be on very high pulse per minute.
Kiriago, Njuru, Atuya are all brilliant climbers from Kenya. The course goes from Tazacorte to El Time Tower. Remy Benet's incredible world record of 27:21 is not under threat on this course. Anything under 50 minutes is world class. Michael Sutton knows exactly how to prepare for these races.
You have to mix up a mix of different types of training to be able to run something like the Transvulcania, the uphill. You need to have a bit of uphill strength, but also you need to have some longer, slower runs as well to build your aerobic base as well. So not one or the other. You need to have some speed, but also some longer distance and tenacity and strength as well.
Well, it doesn't really matter what you do, everyone hurts. It's a large part physical, but a crucial part mental. 29-year-old Richard Omaya Batuya from Kenya. He won the Innsbruck VK last month and he gets another win with a record time of 45:01. Philemon Kiriago, two-time winner of the Sierra Zinal, has to settle for second this time round. For most, to finish is to win. Even Atuya found this one tough.
The rest of today was so good, but not easy. Actually, I tried to run my best. I am so happy to win today.
Kirsty Skye Dixon, the dentist from Scotland, led at halfway in the women's, but it was the 2024 winner of the Global Trail World Series who came through to win. Another record time of 55:02 for Joyce Njiru. 2 races, 2 records, class athletes and perfect conditions, producing rapid times. A great way to start the weekend. Most of them were racing in the half marathon as well, which gave them 48 hours to recover. Inclusivity and the future of the event are high on the organisation's priority list. Numbers in the kids event are growing, and each year they get a little bit more serious and a lot quicker. The toddlers race a few meters with a little bit of help from a parent. The older kids will take on a few kilometers. Few of them have learnt the art of pacing, but few, if any, fail to finish. It's a great day out on perfect terrain for the youngsters, and no doubt the breeding ground of champions. The ultramarathon is the main event, and because of the distance and the rugged terrain, it starts early at Fuencaliente Lighthouse in the south of the island. Head torches go on a few minutes to 6 in the morning. The flares go off on the hour. A few minutes of shared emotion and certainly mutual respect. Slow or fast, this is a hard day, and no one knows if they will make it the 73 kilometers to Los Llanos. Even for the pros, this is not just any other race. It's Transvulcania. For most, it's the toughest challenge of their lives and probably been on their bucket list for years. Not sure how good it is for the body, but they all look remarkably healthy on the months of training and preparation for this one long day. The point of no return has come and gone. No one knows this feeling better than the record holder, Hernando. So we start at Fuencaliente on the trails that are so difficult to run because of the volcanic gravel. You're nervous, still feeling strong perhaps, but it almost feels like you're moving backwards instead of forwards. Mentally, it's really challenging. Well, it may be a 6 a.m. start, but very few of the locals are left in bed. Even the kids are out supporting. The Wanderer would have been impressed. Starting from sea level, the only way is up. And by the time they reach Los Canarios, they've already climbed over 800 meters, but have another vertical kilometer to go before they reach the first peak at Las Deciadas. Over 1,800 meters of ascent in the first 17K, and that is just the start. They feed off the support from the locals and the visitors, memories of which will last much, much longer than those of the early start or the brutal climbs.
I really like La Palma because it's amazing island with a wonderful view, with beautiful mountains, volcano and beautiful trails. It's really interesting race and trails, and La Palma is amazing island.
Well, the marathon distance also starts at 6 a.m, but from El Pilar Refuge, at an altitude of just over 1,400 metres, exactly the same as the summit of Scotland's Ben Nevis. They finish in Tazacorte at sea level. They have roughly 1,000 metres of climbing, but 3,300 metres of descent. It sounds a lot easier than it is. Ines Astran is back after a tough experience last year.
La verdad que me encuentro bastante bien. La última carrera
Says honestly, I'm feeling pretty good this time. My last race was a month ago, so I'm coming here eager to make up for the disappointment of last year when the weather conditions were so tough. Says it's got to go better than it did 12 months ago. Well, those running in the half marathon get a slightly more civilized start time at Fuencaliente. Half the distance of the marathon, but twice the amount of climbing. It's attracted a lot of the VK runners, and the Kenyans again are the hot favourites. Joyce Njiru has proven strength over the half marathon distance.
It's my first time to be in La Palma, and it looks so beautiful and also amazing with everything. The place is looking beautiful.
No one's got near to the 2-hour mark in this race, which is an indication of both the terrain and the gradient. They'll climb over 2,000 metres in all, starting from the very first step. Kiriago is capable of a sub-30 10K, so he and his teammate Atoyu will be looking for the records. The top three from the women's VK are all in this one: Gitonga, Njiru, Dixon. One of the endearing features of Transvulcania is the diversity of the landscape, the forest, the dusty plains, the volcanic ridges. And one of the problems of Transvulcania is the variation in temperatures. Sweden's Peter Engdahl raced the Ultra. He was third in 2019, he won in 2022, and he knew that this was going to be a very fast race.
The strongest field ever here at Transvulcania. We pushed each other really hard and reached new levels, and I think we could see that today. So everyone was super strong.
Peter Engdahl of Sweden was arguably the strongest climber on the day, leading a group of Sinclair, Marquet, Giemann was there, Damien Hubert and Andreas Reiterer. In the women's, it was a battle between Blondine Hirondelle of France and Lucy Bartholomew of Australia, both proving too strong for the 39-year-old former winner Emily Forsberg, who's won this event twice but hasn't raced here for 10 years. Ruth Croft won this race for New Zealand in 24. Bartholomew was looking to take the title back to Australia.
Yeah, I mean, to start in the dark on the coastline and to climb up into the sunrise on the volcano, the uphill was always going to be my strength, and so I played towards that. And then the downhill challenged me mentally and physically.
By the 17-kilometre mark at El Pilar, Sweden's Engdahl and USA's David Sinclair were getting away, and both under record place. Just 48 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, the weather was really good, and it was a super strong field, so we were pushing hard from the beginning, but I felt pretty comfortable for the first few hours running near the front, and after Refugia El Pilar, I decided to just keep pushing and see if I can hang in the lead.
At El Pilar, Blondine Hirondelle of France was marginally ahead of Lucy Bartholomew of Australia. El Pilar was also the finish of the half marathon. And no surprise to see the 2025 mountain running champion take the tape, 2:07.43 for Philemon Kiriakou, and yet another new record. France's Anthony Faber pipped the BK winner Atoyu on the line to take second. The top three separated by less than 10 seconds. Ruth Gitonga got revenge on Njuru to win in 2:22.50, 3 minutes clear of her teammate and 10 minutes clear of Dixon. Compact trails, sub-normal temperatures and competition amongst the elite meant 4 races and 4 records. At 2,400 meters, Roque de los Muchachos is the high point for both the ultra and the marathon. Famous for the clear skies, the searing heat and great views, it also is the start of the 17-kilometer downhill to Tazacorte. Nadir Magay is one of those athletes who did manage to take in the surroundings during the race.
Il momento più bello in gara è stato sicuramente
Says the most beautiful moment of the race was definitely when they reached the high point near the coast. The sun was rising, it was truly spectacular, he says, with the sun below us and the clouds. It was like we were in a different world. Well, the Italian was in the top 3 at Los Muchachos and going well. Lucy Bartholomew still strong going over the high point with 20k to go, inside Ruth Croft's record pace and for the first time ahead of Irondell. Emily Forsberg was on her own in 3rd. Once again, the descent to Tazacorte was going to be decisive. It's one place you don't really want to take risks, but the two leaders knew they had no choice.
Hasta el Roque, sabes que Lucy ha venido y me ha adelantado.
Irondell saying up to El Roca, Lucy caught me and passed me, and at that point I really had to change gear and push a little bit harder, and it became difficult to maintain the level. I think that was the toughest moment of the race. Ikram Rasala was one of the favourites for the marathon title and is one of those athletes that has no fear of the descent.
Si hablamos de recorrido, sinceramente lo que más me gusta
if we're talking about the course, her favourite bit is the descent. Loves running downhill. The longer, the better. Something she really enjoys, but overall, she says the course is stunning. Well, the footwork has to be perfect. Concentration needs to be at 100%. Fran Anguita of Spain led out the marathon event as they went through El Time.
Del tirón, 18 kilómetros de bajada con casi 2.400
18 straight kilometers of downhill, running with nearly 2,400 meters of descent. Along the way, you go through moments of intense cold and then into really hot sections. If you're not used to this transition, it can really catch you out. Well, it certainly can, and there are always plenty of DNFs in this event and plenty of fallers on this breathtaking descent. Anguita blasted down the hill and was the first to take the tape. 3:39.03 for the marathon, a new record time. Zaid Malik exactly 3 minutes behind, Aloe in 3rd.
Y he hecho esa apuesta, he dado todo desde el Roque a meta y por suerte pues me ha salido bien.
I committed to the strategy of going hard on the closing stages, says Anguita. Gave everything from El Roque to the finish, and it paid off. Whenever I come here, says Malik, I see the mountain lions, but the Atlas lion, which is himself, was here as well. He was a little behind them on the climb, but he knew the descent was his forte. He pushed hard and got himself up into 2nd place ahead of the old record time. Olmo Aloe, really good position for 3rd. In the women's, it was Ikram Rasala who took the win, 4:12.53. You guessed it, another record. Her descending speed taking her to astonishing levels. Font second for Spain, and Desco of Italy in third place, both 3 minutes behind.
Pues la verdad que muy contenta, como bien
Here's
dice,
Rosala saying, really happy to win with such a high quality field,
ahí porque ha habido varias chicas por debajo del récord.
and getting the record is a little bit special. Elisa Desco of Italy says the oldest finisher on the podium, delighted to have kept pace with the talented youngsters coming through. The ultra runners hit the Tazacorte descent a couple of hours later. Sinclair trailed Engdahl at the high point, but he went for broke on the downhill.
Decided to just go all out, trying to run out of control fast in the downhill to a Tazacorte, where then from there on there were huge crowds and I had just enough of a lead, so it was so tough. Everything was cramping and tired, but just an incredible day, so much energy out here. And yeah, I just love this race, love this island.
I felt really good. It was the toughest race I've done, but yeah, I love coming back here. My favorite course, it's my favorite race. I love La Palma. I have a good fight with David and Nadir, so yeah, I'm super happy.
David Sinclair arrived a week early to make amends for a DNF last year. Remember, the ultra runners had to climb 340 meters to Los Llanos. Sinclair had enough in the tank and produced a time of 6:32.24, 20 minutes inside Hernando's old record set in 2015. The top 6 all inside the old record time. David Sinclair, the second American in 4 years to take the title. Dakota Jones won in 2023. Peter Engdahl in second for Sweden, and Nadir Magay completing the podium for Italy. Hubert, Giemann, Reitra making up the top 6, but David Sinclair was outstanding.
Yeah, I think I went out today and I just wanted to compete and go for the win. And so with the really good weather and the competitive field, such a bonus to get the record. I didn't believe I was gonna get it till the last 2 miles when I looked at the watch. So yeah, we all ran so fast. I think the whole field gets credit for pushing each other to these fast times.
Strength in numbers, perfect trails. Those records could stand a while.
It was my fastest time ever on this course, so I'm really happy. The shape is good and it was a good start to the season.
In the women's race, Blondine Irendel, despite a number of falls on the descent, held on to win. 4 big wins last year. She won the Paris Eco Trail in March, but this is the one she wanted. 7:43.47. 19 minutes quicker than Ruth Croft's previous record. A brilliant second for Lucy Bartholomew of Australia, and Emily Forsberger after a 10-year break from this race. 2 kids, ACL repairs, still on the podium. This is Irendel saying it's more than a victory. Makes me really happy to compete in this race and run such an intelligent race. She's proud of how she handled the situation. Yeah, this is a performance, one that she's proud of, and 2 that she's going to remember for a while.
What a privilege to be a part of a day that's historical for Transvulcania. I feel like Blandine and I work together, even though we kind of were always separated. It just kind of like shows where women's running's at, and I feel super lucky to be standing with those 2 women.
The closest thing to a team event was the Jolette Challenge race. 6 in a team, and specially adapted wheelchairs allow them to take on the toughest section of the race, the Tazacorte descent. They get incredible support right throughout the day and full respect from all the runners. It's a memorable day for all 6 members of the team. Real emotion perhaps reserved for those who had no idea if they could run 73 kilometers in the mountains, but they made it to Los Llanos, running on fumes and leaden legs, but still enough energy for a big ear-to-ear smile. Payday for the top 3 in each event, small return for the effort, and it will be long gone before the new race records are broken. 8 races, 8 records, an extraordinary weekend on La Palma. The 16th Transvulcania is one to remember. Sensational performances from Sinclair and Irondell, and of course the other 6 record breakers. Well, registration is already open for 2027, the second weekend of May, if you fancy it, taking on the volcanoes of La Palma. If it's for you, it's time to start training. We'll see you there.
This is Transvulcania.